Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 23rd of December, 2020. I'm a little late, about 9:40 this morning, but there was a lot of economic data and I wanted to cover that. As you can see, the stock market is up in most of the indices with the exception of the NASDAQ. We've got the gold and the silver higher and copper. Copper, again, is caught between this 362 to just under the 350 range, but each time it gets low enough here into that 350 zone, it catches a bid. The dollar getting whopped this morning. I think that the overall trend in the dollar remains lower, and most currencies up sharply against it. In fact, look at the pound getting a big bid. A lot of word that this fishing issue seems to be the last issue that is caught in Brexit, could be resolved as early as tonight to give everybody a Christmas present for tomorrow. It's a hard one to know. You're up in the energies because we just had the EIA report and it was substantially more bullish than the API numbers. The net draw was closer to about 3.5–4 million barrels, and that is a good number. Grain market's still strong, and you can understand why. You've got markets all over the world questioning what do they have in terms of supply to fit the demands of the world demand at this point. You'll get more supply once South American crops get known, but the South American crops keep getting pared back due to weather situations, something you have to keep your eye on. Look at the bonds in the note market. They are sinking away today. Now, it is a Christmas market. If you're trying to make a lot of sense out of this, you're on your own. Do I think the Santa Claus rally's still here? Yes. The elephant in the room? Yesterday we saw the president sign two bills that came to him. He only signed one of them. He signed the bill that had to extend the money for the federal government, and then that whole thing, the real budget's tied into the COVID relief bill, which he did not sign and still has not signed. He is asking that Congress go back and consider, instead of the $600 payment per individual, to go to $2,000, and for the family money to go up to $4,000. And there's even more if you look at the children and so on. So the question now is, Ms. Pelosi going to take it to the floor? Why not? She wanted more money to begin with. The question is what happens in the Democratic side. They wanted a bill closer to, I'm going to guess, $500 billion. They've already agreed to nearly $1 billion, and this is going to kick it up another couple of $100 billion from what I understand the math works out to. I haven't run my pencil to it yet. So that's one of the things. The market likes that in some ways, doesn't in others. The reason the dollar index down, well, that's more debt we're taking on. Away you go. Bonds and notes looking at that. When we come to the jobless claims, you can see the market is down 89,000 to 803. When we looked at the weekly claims, that was down. So we are getting a drop in that. That's not bad. That's a good thing, actually. But it's still well at an elevated range. Prior to this, we were running in the 600s, so it's still an elevated number. New home sales data took an unexpected plunge, deeper than the expected 9/10. So the market was looking for a setback. It's normal at this time of the year, but it got a little bigger one. And this was a surprise to me that you went up 8 months in the supply of homes, which is a surprise. University of Michigan, consumer sentiment, you would expect it lower, and it came in lower. Why? I was expecting it because of all the COVID talk, because of the uncertainty still with the president fighting his way, doesn't want to give up his office. We'll see what goes on. The current conditions down to 90. The expectations index about where it was. Personal income, this is interesting too. If we look at this number, you can see that it's falling. It was down 0.7. They were only looking for it down 0.1. That's why we need money given to people. The question is, what will they do with that money? And as you look at the rest of the indices, okay, the prices paid was up a little bit here. The core PCE price index, that was about right where expected too. So I'm watching spending, by the way. If you look at spending, they expected it up 0.3. they're getting it up 5/10, so they have less money, they're spending more of it, and that becomes an issue for the economy as well. So you put this all together and you got some serious issues. Now, I am not going to do a morning update tomorrow. Tomorrow, as you know, we have a half day of trading. I'm just going to take it off, spend the time with my wife, watch Wonder Woman probably during the day. I can't wait to see that one. But we're just not going to do too much with a half day of trading. What's the point of it? And as I told you, I think you're caught in this nonsense that we always get into in the holidays, where traders go in waves like this. And what it used to do to me was hurt me, to be honest, because you were trying to make something out of nothing at the very end, and I learned to back away from those type of events. Now, one of the things you don't miss are my morning subscriber videos. I put one out this morning. I put them out most of the time. And that's where I give you my thoughts on the market for 40 markets where I think you should buy specifically. Short term, medium term, longer term. So while I even won't do these in the morning, what I am going to do is do the weekend videos for the traders so that they'll have that, and then we'll go right in, and then come New Year's, I'll probably follow a very similar path with it. Then we start getting it at the end of the first week of January is when the season really kicks in. So if you'd like to see what I do, love to have you join us. I cover all these markets in this exact order. There's a scroll bar on the bottom of the videos so that you can jump to the sections you want. Typical videos about 25 minutes long, and I really go into a lot of charting detail. The cost of it, pretty much a cost of coffee with your tip. Think about it. $7.95 for 30 days, and you typically get 26 days with a video in them for you. It's a heck of a deal, not very expensive. Go to our website under the word research, take it there. I want to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas. We'll see what the president can get done here. We'll see what Congress does with this COVID relief bill, and it'll be interesting. But again, thin market conditions. Take care. I'll see you all Monday morning.